happens when you challenge the internet to come up with something truly horrifying? Well, you can imagine the different things you can end up with, but the Slender Man is something truly unique that came from the Something Awful forums when put to the challenge of a Photoshop contest. The readers of the forum created this totally unique character and then ran with it, and it evolved into something totally freaky. The idea of the Slender Man evolved into a fully realized character, complete with a backstory, and this small group took the Slender Man to the next level. They created tons of different videos, as well as this cool YouTube found footage style story about a young filmmaker's bout with insanity. And this was all brought on by the Slender Man. To give you a little insight into the Slender Man mythos, it's common practice to see this faceless being stalk a single person until they're eventually consumed or killed, and then he'll move on to another victim. He always appears in the distance, resembles a man in a tall suit, but he has no face, no features. When you get closer, you can see that his arms are actually tentacles, and it's just this creepy image. What's interesting about the Slender Man character is that he came out of nowhere. It was conceived by the power of the internet coming together and turning it into this amazing story that is going strong after a number of years. Now, one particular group called Parsec Productions, a small team of basically one person, who created this game out of the Slender Man character using the Unity's gaming engine. He just wanted to test something out, and he actually created Slender The 8 Pages. And after a week or so, the game went viral, and people were just freaking out over it. And it is very modest. It's a very, simple game. You're walking around the forest trying to pick up these 8 pages, and with each page that you pick up, the Slender Man appears more, gets closer, the intensity of the atmosphere just grows and grows. And it's one of the coolest horror games that I've ever played, and without a doubt one of the best atmospheric games on this list. Finishing the game sounds simple, just collect the 8 pages, but it is a marathon of mental perseverance. I was so scared at moments that I didn't want to move on, and to think that this came out of nothing is amazing, and it's an amazing story. You'll walk around abandoned buildings, through the woods, across stranded farm equipment in search of these 8 notes left by someone. In terms of audio, again, it's so important in this game. You'll hear the sound of your character's heartbeat, footsteps, the wind blowing through the trees, and that's it. You're given a flashlight, nothing to defend yourself, and the only ability you have is being able to sprint. You play in first person, so you're immersed right in the horror at all times, and that just makes it totally worse. Now, Slender does everything right when it comes to a horror game. The pacing, the tension, the atmosphere. I can't stress how important this trio of things are to horror games. It's rare that a game takes all 3 of these so seriously and gets all of them right. If you look at what the Silent Hill and Resident Evil series are doing, it's replacing tension or horror with action. Sure, the pacing might be there, but you can't attain the levels of horror like Slender does without following those 3 major components. If you're looking for a good scare or just an amazing indie game, you can't go wrong with Slender. What's even better is that it's available for free. You can download it on PC or Mac, but I'd highly recommend that you play it all in one sitting. Don't stop until you finish it, because it will be one of the best and most horrifying experiences you'll have in a horror game.